so glad that you brought that up, Pimp. So this round here is basically just a showcase of how good FaZe are at really manipulating rotations, and this is kind of like a set strategy in my mind. So what we're going to see first here is I just want to lay the context down on nuke specifically. A lot of the time you talk about, working the outside area, using outside smokes, but more importantly, it's actually more important to consider how do you actually work the door vent area. And this round is a perfect example of that. So first we'll see Kerrigan is going to throw the outside smokes, the typical double smoke set that we're starting to see a lot more commonly nowadays. And they're basically able to put Rain outside. And let's just make sure we remember this for later. So they put Rain outside with those smokes, and Kerrigan comes towards this door position. Now what we see here is that Kerrigan, because he's in this door position, he can actually hear the rotations of the CTs through the vent. That's why this spot is so important, all thanks to the smoke that they threw earlier and Rain crossing towards Secret. Now the more creative thing here is that FaZe, with that, they actually push towards ramp. They're going to pressure towards ramp. You're going to see you're going to see that's what this does to the rotations of Heroic. They push towards ramp. They get Tesses down towards that ramp position, and now Heroic are in a bit of a tough spot because what you'll see on the map here in a second, what you'll see on the map is FaZe now have this outside position. They now have this ramp position, and typically for the CTs, when you see that they have ramp and secret, it means that it's very likely going to be a B split. But what Kerrigan being here towards this vent position does is it helps counter CTs who try to reinforce that lower site. You'll see that he's able to track Ston, who's going to push, or he's going to rotate down the vents. And this is really good timing, but it's actually very planned. The fact that Kerrigan is able to track this rotation from this door position, he gets that kill. He's now towards this vent position. He spots a second one, and because Heroic have lost their rotator, what ends up happening now is that Tesses, he's forced to actually move up back towards the ramp because they've lost their rotator. It means now that they have to find a way to reaggress and find another way back into the round. And all FaZe do here is they just simply hold for him, knowing that he's probably going to come back up. They get the kill. And then lastly, what we said about Rain earlier, who crossed towards outside, he's now in this spot towards Secret, where he knows now that Yabby, he's got way too much to deal with. He has to worry about the players coming from ramp and the players coming from Secret potentially. And Rain, he just gets his kill on a player just completely unsuspecting. And that's basically how this round breaks down. Once Brokey gets down towards this lower position, it's basically round over in a 4v2. So this is really just an example of how, FaZe, they're really good at constructing these strategies that make use of these different areas of the map where a lot of the time teams like to focus on outside, but it's actually that vent door area that's actually important as well.